Now, the South African National Civic Organisation has given President Cyril Ramaphosa until Christmas Eve to respond to their memorandum of demands handed over following a march to the union buildings in Pretoria to highlight pressing social issues that are affecting South Africans. One of their grievances surround illegal migrants, which they claim are putting immense pressure on the country's social systems, while South Africa is grappling with its own challenges like high crime, unemployment and poverty. Sanco Gauteng Provincial Chairperson Abram Mashishi joins us to expand on this. A very good evening to you. Thank you so much for your time. Perhaps let's talk a little bit about some of the major pressing concerns which resulted in you taking to the streets and ensuring that this memorandum of demands is handed in.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much as well to the viewers home there. We as Sanco, in particular, Gauteng as the host, as this was a national march, consists of 9 provinces in the country. We are very flabbergasted regarding the manner in which the government responds to our issues. In particular, whereby you know and understand that Sanco is the voice of the voiceless. Out of our memorandum today, we successfully managed to hand over the memorandum to the presidency, whereby one of the fundamental issues that we are complaining about are the following. One, the issue of crime in the country, your construction mafia, you know, people who are being killed like flies, this thing of extortion, 2, the gender-based violence, the high electricity tariff, where you find that NERSA recently now have submitted a proposal that they increase their rates by 37.9%, the Zama, these illegal miners, and in particular illegal spaza shop, the foreign nationals, money that is getting out of the country to Bangladesh, Pakistan, and other countries.
And how would you say you've measured the impact of all of these concerns as you look at some of the socioeconomic needs and how communities are navigating?
Come again?
How would you assess the impact of some of these big concerns?
These concerns, they are affecting me and you directly because where you fall under the working class, but when you go home, you are no more a working class person. You fall under the civic organization that all these things that I've mentioned, it impacts directly to your life. And if as Sanco, we've been talking about this issue for many years back, like when the Communist Party raised the issue of the NHI, that they've been pushing this issue as their campaign for more than 20 years. So now, this social income challenges that they are facing our community, we cannot allow to go extreme any longer. We hope and believe it's enough. Now, we cannot take it any longer. The arrogant government of the African National Congress, if they don't want to listen to us, we say let them wait for 2026 and they're going to see flames.
You've given the president a deadline that he needs to ensure that he responds before Christmas Eve. What are your expectations in terms of that response?
We expect the president to take us serious so that he established the committee that Sanco and the president, they will co-share that committee so that that committee be able to deal with the pros and cons of the challenges that we are raising. Because as we speak, we are sick and tired of year in, year out, we send a memorandum. From there is no response. That's the arrogancy that I'm talking about, because this is not the first memorandum that we send to the president of the ruling party, whereby he doesn't take us serious. Maybe he thought that there is nothing we can do. We think to come to the union building, that is the way to keep us busy, of which we've got a lot of things to do within the community. And as I have said, we are the voice of the voiceless, and we are presenting the plight of the poor. So if the president and his government does not want to listen to our demand, as I'm saying, we will be engaging with the Communist Party and be able to influence our branches and influence everybody, our structure, so that we can see. We're just waiting for the modality. If we are not happy with the Communist Party modality, we rather go solo to the contest the local government election come 2026, so that we are able to present the plight of these poor people that we are representing.
With that threat, I mean, I take it it's only just a threat as you and I speak, contesting the local government elections alone without, of course, outside of the ANC. Do you think that you can have a level of impact as you resort to that as a last resort, should you not get the kind of response that you expect?
Definitely. The communities have been making a humble plea to us for many years, and we resist that proposal to say, Sanco, can you please be our messiah and be able to rescue us on challenges that we are facing, because you are our last hope. It's you. So we've been engaging with the ANC, African National Congress, as I'm saying, for 30 years, from democracy up to now. When we do the campaign, after we do the campaign, we work hard to make sure that the ANC come victorious on their local or national and provincial government elections. But at the end of the day, they don't listen to us. They are so arrogant. Even when they do their deployment, they will simply take one person from Sanco and even worse, nothing. As I'm saying, currently when we speak with this GNU, I give a critical example. From Communist Party, they took only one minister. From Sanco, we've got 2 deputy ministers. And the workload that is being done by a civic organization, it's very amazing, and it makes a lot of impact. So come I tell you, we don't have a doubt on that one. If we can go to elections tomorrow, we will come victorious.
What is your position on the GNU as Sanco?
The issue of the GNU, it was the discussion between the ANC itself. We were never engaged. You know, this, as I'm saying, the ANC have got this tendency of giving us a brief. After they've done and they position themselves and everything is done and dusted, and they come to Sanco and say they're going to brief us. That's why even in the province, we want them to say, this thing of coming to us when we finalize, because when we go to the campaigns, we are together, we work as a collective, we work as a team. And when come to deployment of government, cadres into government and strategic position, you work alone, and you come back, you deploy all your people, your leagues, including your friends and your girlfriends, to strategic position. And when you are done, you come to us and saying you are going to brief us. So from now, we gave a warning shot to say, especially in the province, you must never come back and say you are going to brief us. If you want to brief us, come local government elections, you must go and work after working and come back to us and brief us. Don't come and say, let's go to work collectively after we put our effort with the resources that we don't have. Remember, the ANC does not even contribute anything to say, Sanco, this is your budget for the elections. We are taking the money that is not there from our families, from our children. We compromise a lot of our children to make sure that they go hungry to bed, so that we are able to fight for the ANC. But at the end of the day, when they make their deployment, they do their deployment alone, and they come us to say, we are going to brief you, this is what we have decided. And they just say, no, we can give you one person here, whatever, of which that is not something that is on. There is what you call reconfigured alliance, and it's not being respected. That's a good document that have become presented by the Communist Party some years back.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us this evening. Hence, I asked the question, if you're well capacitated to go for the local government elections alone outside of the ANC. But of course, the time that we have together has run out. Thank you so much for joining us and expanding your views there. Sanco Gauteng Provincial Chairperson Abram Mashishi saying that they would want to hear what the president has to say to these demands, and a lot of threats being made there about their support.